Gee, I know it's February, but it's just a little chilly out here. It's in the 40s. Now, I've been spoiled here lately. We've been having temperatures in the high 70s, and so very untypical February. But you know, it's a little uncomfortable out here. Good thing about the farm is there is always something to do, either inside or outside. I vote we make this an inside day. Welcome to my high-tech propagation center. Hardly high-tech, really it's just a corner of a basement. Currently we don't actually live at the farm, we live about 10 minutes from the farm. We are moving to the farm and actually building a house. So hopefully when that happens I will also have a little bit of propagation center. But right now this works fine. So how the process works is I will start seed on heating pads, germination pads, which you can see I have some seeds going here as well as here, tomato seeds I believe. After that I will move it to lights where they'll stay under lights for probably about 2 to 3 weeks, get strong and get established. From that they move out to the hoop house where they'll harden off for several weeks. After that they go to the farm and are transplanted, as you probably have seen me do. Today I'm actually getting ready to start some Solanova lettuce from Johnny's. Very good lettuce. We grew it in the fall. It is a head lettuce, but you can cut it as a cut and come again. So I like that quite a bit. I've got two varieties here. I have the red oak leaf as well as the green butter. This is the two varieties I also grew this past fall. And I'm starting some seeds. I'm actually probably should have started this a little earlier. I'm about 6 weeks away from my last frost date. But of course, being lettuce, it likes to be an early start. It actually likes the cool weather and does much better in the cool weather. Only reason I'm not too overly concerned about it is because I have some overwintered lettuce already. So I have lettuce available if need be. And I'll also be direct sowing lettuce at the end of this week, in fact. So we'll go and get this started and I'll walk you through the process. Many years I will use a homemade potting soil. This year I'm actually using a product by Miracle-Gro. It's actually an organic potting soil mix they have. I've actually been very pleased with it. I actually like it when I make my own. Just did not have time this year. Just because you can kind of know what you're putting in it. But this has actually been a very good product and I've actually been having good results with it. So basically I'm just filling up several of these seed trays, which we do reuse, as you can probably tell, with potting soil here. It's probably good. Just kind of spread it here. And that's actually a little more than I want. So I'm going to actually empty a little out. Okay, that's pretty good. I like them to have, I don't want them to be completely full. So that's, empty some out here. That's pretty good, I like that. So let's do the rest of them here. Good. 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 And of course, I have made a mess here, which is why I always keep this. It makes it really handy to clean up, because I am not going to waste this good potting soil. And back in the bag it goes. You can see I really don't have a lot of heating space left, which is part of the reason I'm only doing a few of the lettuces. But these should be germinating very quickly. These have been on the path for about 5 days, so they should probably be up in the next couple of days. And then I'll have even more. I'll have more space. So next, I'm going to put the seeds in. Before I do that, I like to make a little divot. It's a very expensive divot here, which is an old screwdriver, but it actually has a perfect handle, or the handle works perfectly. So I do just go around and make that. It makes nice little indentions, which will be perfect for my seed. So you can see, has nice little indention there. Okay, so now let's go for the seed. I like to have more green than red. Red is more of an accent color for me, just to make a good blend. So I will start with the green oak leaf. This is best done without gloves. Try to keep my hands clean as I can. And 1 seed per thing. Now, I love Johnny's. They actually have done quite a lot for organic farming. Come out with a lot of innovative tools, things you can't find elsewhere. L.A. Coleman's on their board. There's just a lot of pluses for them. They're employee-owned. You know, a lot of good things about them. The one downside about Johnny's, they are a little pricey. But you know, they come out with some good stuff, so you can't argue. So anyway, the Solid Nova I'm using here is a bit expensive, but I think it's probably worth it. Okay, so I've done 4 trays of the green. I'm going to do 2 of the red. Let's save these for later. And now we'll go with the red oak leaf. And these are pelletized. So I could actually use these in my cedar, but they're just so expensive. I don't want to risk them not coming up or something like that. So I am going to actually just transplant all these Solid Nova. And I'll say for my less expensive lettuces, we'll be using the cedar. Okay, so there we go. These go up. We'll save, and probably in about 3 weeks we'll come and transplant or start the rest of these. Okay, so now they say, not Johnny's though, listen to what Johnny says. They say that lettuce doesn't actually even need to be covered, they can germinate with light. I'm not sure I buy that, especially since these are pelletized, which means they're already covered. So I'm going to do a light covering for them. And again, I'm just going to take some of the potting soil and just loosely mix it over, just to give them a slight covering. I don't want them too deep. I don't want them having any problem coming out. That looks pretty good. Okay, and back with my little dibbler just to make sure there's good firm contact, plus it leaves a little divot there, which is great for watering, to make sure they're watered in. Now, you may think I'm done. I am not. There's one very important step you need to always do, and that is to take notes. Keep track of this stuff. This is February the 27th, my lovely wife's birthday. Happy birthday, lovely wife. Taking her to lunch. So I will say, started Solid Nova lettuce, 2 6-packs of red oak leaf, 4 6-packs of green butter, I think, is that, or what was it? Yeah, or green butter. And lastly, also very important, is let's label these things, because you know I'm going to forget that which ones are the red versus the green. So I'm going to say red oak leaf, red oak leaf. And I always like to put I'll write the variety on the front, and then on the back I'll write the date I planted it or started it. So this is 2/27. Goes in one. Do another red oak leaf, because I only have 2 of these. Red oak leaf. 2/27. And then green butter. Green butter. I'm not going to make one green butter thing. I know these are all Solonova. It's just a matter of remembering which ones are the red. And so these are the red, and the rest are green. So I'm not going to worry too much about that. So now, let's water them in. Water them in, I actually do move them outside. I give them a pretty good drenching. Not super worried about moving the seed around because I did temp them in pretty well. So they are going to be nice and soaked. You see, beside them is some pak choi, which didn't have room to fit in the greenhouse. Cool weather crop as well. It's doing well. Now I'm going to need a way to keep these moist. Now you just got to water them. Something that I like to use, and I have plenty of, are dry cleaner bags. They work perfect. So I'll put these in there. On top, I just put them in there. I've already got the green, most of the green in. The 2 red, and the plant tags, of course, they won't fit, so I will just lay them across the top. That's how I keep up with what's what. So here are the 2 red. We'll put this in. Makes a nice moist environment. Kind of gather the end, and I'll just simply tuck it under there. And there we go. Now we just have to wait. Probably going to take a few days for the lettuce to be up, and then we'll move it to lights. By that time, what's under lights will be ready for the greenhouse.